thing. Same thing. That means the leaders should be the first ones doing. Amen? Like I said, I get convicted. I got convicted of studying. Leaders should be the first one in the doors when it comes to Sunday morning. Amen? Making sure that this place is ready for worship. We can't lead if we're coming at 11 o'clock for a 10:30 service. I said we all got to do better, right? That means all of us got something we can do better. We can't lead if we're not putting the same effort and energy into doing God's work than we do for everything else. I'm tired of hearing people say, well, I'm tired. I done worked all week. I done. Remember what I said? I can't give energy and time to one thing and not give energy and time to God. That same energy and effort that you worked all week is the same energy and effort you need to come in here and be ready to serve God, be ready to worship. Servant leadership. That don't mean you sit pretty in the chairs. That don't mean when you call my name, I'm like, yes, I am missionary, I am deaconess. You know, we got an anniversary this afternoon. But what are we really celebrating? What have we done? What have we done? What have we done? When you celebrate because you've done things. You can look and see, oh, wow, look what we have accomplished. But we're all failing, people and leaders. This is what this lesson is about. It wasn't just the people who had to bring. It was the leaders who also had to bring, and they brought their best. They didn't bring what was left over. They didn't bring, well, you know, I'm tired. I'm going to go, but I'm going to just sit down today. I'm going to go, but, I'm going to just show up. I hear that all the time. I'm going to just show up. No, we need to do more than just show up. You don't just show up at work, do you? You don't just show up when you're at home. Then we can't just show up when we're here. It's time out for that. In order for the church to be the church, we need to start acting like the church. Obedient leadership. I'm going to move on because I want to get to the giving. Because this is the good part. This is the meat of the lesson. It's good to be good stewards. Give your time, your energy, you bring, everything. But when we talk about money, that's when people be like, not me. Okay, I'm going to shut my mouth today. Grace giving. That's 2 Corinthians 9, 6 through 8. Wow. Okay. So grace giving sparingly. We already discussed. We went through the definitions. We said you give a little, you get a little. You give a lot, you give a lot. That sounds good, right? It sounds good. But when it comes to giving to the house of God, this is not how we think. Every time you hear about tithing, people be like, oh, okay, here we go again. They're going to talk about money. But it's biblical. Remember, we said obedience is better than a sacrifice. So if we say we know who God is and we respect the office that he holds and what he does in our life, and he has instructed us to do certain things as tithing, then why aren't we doing it? Remember I said I got convicted. I'm a part of it. God spoke to me and said, you give to everything else. I provide for you. I make sure, I help you to pay your bills every month. I have a bill book, y'all. It's a black and white notebook. I put all my bills and I pay, and I go through and I cross it out as I pay to make sure my checks and balances and everything is in. I allow you to do all of that, but yet then you shortchange me. In the Old Testament, he's only asking for 10%. 10%. That's it. But you know what we do? We pay our bills. We do our shopping. We plan our trips. Then, oh, I have some left over. Let me give some of that to the church. No. If we said we're going to do what we need to do and be good stewards and be obedient, then we need to do what God is telling us to do. Now, I searched tonight and I briefly looked up and searched about what tithing is, because there's some discrepancy about tithing.